We are a people that are built for the harsh winters that the North offers. We're built for hardship. We're a people that are designed by our gods to withstand the long dark of winter and the murderous sub-freezing temperatures that go along with it. History proves it too. For at least 2,000 years, there is a record of us surviving massive invasions from the south, surviving plagues that could very well have driven us extinct, surviving civic crusades led by globalist cuckold traders who bend over to the desert rodents of the south for the sake of money and power. Prehistory also gives us insights that survival in the most unforgiving conditions has been our thing for literally over tens of thousands of years. Our ancestors have left artifacts through the ages that give proof of their presence during a time that predates even the earliest records of civilizations. Now, suffice it to say, when we are left in the conditions of unrelenting cold that dominate 6 to 7 months of the year, that's when we are at our absolute best. We are the apex survivors, and we simply are not suited to modernity and comfort. In such a setting, we become fat, lazy, and easily manipulated. We thrive on hardship. We excel during times of scarcity. We're made for it. Our forebears tempered our bloodlines by weathering blizzards, surviving plagues, surviving crusades, and even earlier than that, hunting absolutely massive, dangerous prey. I mean, just look at some of the groups of people that represented our forebears in relatively recent history. Not talking about prehistory, but recorded history. You know, the Suebi, the tribes of Germania, the Picts, the Norse. All of those, by the way, sent even the Roman legions packing. And for those of us who have blood from Southern Europe, they're those same Romans who were a force to be reckoned with in and of themselves. There are also the legendary Spartans who held off hordes from the Persian Empire. These are ancestors that were around when nature wasn't presumed to be subjugated under the hubris of modernity. And they were the toughest men and women this world has ever known. Now contrast that with today, where most people are soft and content to waste away in the comfort of homes with central air heating and cooling, watching whatever kind of overglorified sport they happen to fancy. Many of these same people will toss out trite phrases when they get confronted with their lazy decadence. They'll just give little comments like, "We're better off now than when I was a kid." Or worse yet, "Whatever happens is in God's hands." In God's hands, give me a damn break. This is the single most pathetic scapegoat there is, but it embodies everything that is wrong with Abrahamic doctrine, and where such thinking is and has been leading us. Why leave it in the hands of another, divine or not? For goodness sakes, obviously such a God doesn't give a damn if you're meant to leave things in his hands and your fate is getting fat while growing roots in your couch with man boobs growing. You got a hopped up beer in one hand and your remote control in the other. You got a bowl of buffalo wings catching the greasy crumbs that fall off your fingers as you adjust the volume. Praise him! He's given you gynecomastia and a reduced sperm count. Truly, it is Jesus who will save us all. So let's take this whole thing and wrap it up in a nice little metaphor. Let's represent our whole race with just you. Now, let's take the choice that has to be made in regards to, which way our race is going to go. Let's take that and represent it as a huge fjord with deep, cold water at the bottom. Now, let's say the urgency of this decision is represented by a rapidly approaching glacier miles tall. The only option is over the edge. Now, do you lazily let the ground crumble out from under you and just let fate pull you straight down towards the rocks, leaving your fate in the hands of the Semite god? Or do you take a running start and put your fate towards taking the initiative to try and leap out far enough so that you hit the water instead, knowing that you'll have to struggle against the cold and current at the bottom as you swim for shore, and a chance to rediscover your own strength and the primordial gods who demand that you be the best you can just to see the dawn?